Good evening, Basil. How's it going, sir?
Very well. How are you, Alex?
I'm very good. I'm very good. We've got a very special episode tonight.
We have. We have.
We're gonna do 2021 best of, basically my top three and your top three, and we're gonna compare it between the two of us. But just like the rules of the game, these are the 2021 films that we recorded and we've seen in 2021, even though
Yes.
those films might have been released before
Yes.
the year. And it's just we're gonna start with the bottom, the third one on the list, and work our way up. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, what is your third place, sir? For the
Okay,
year?
well,
Let's hear
picking
it.
these films is very, very tough. We've reviewed some fantastic films over the year, but coming in at number 3 for me is going to be Sound of Metal. I think we
Really?
both really appreciate this film. Yeah, that's number 3. It's really harsh to put it at number 3. It's such a good film, but
good
you'll
film,
see
yes.
why I picked it after you revealed the other two. But yeah, Sound of Metal for me. My whole family liked this film. I like this film. It really is a tearjerker, especially towards the end, and it's just very real. I think anyone who's ever had a relationship can relate to this film, it's got a great message of essentially just be who you are. So for me, coming in number 3, Sound of Metal. Good film, I think. Well, to say it's good is demeaning to it. It's a great film.
Absolutely. And speaking of the number 3, it was probably the hardest to pick, to be honest, because there's so many runner-ups into getting into the top 3. At least it was for me. But for me, number 3 was, and it was a very close call. Number 3 was The Green Knight. Actually, The Green Knight with Dev Patel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's such the story, the legend of King Arthur's knights and all of that story is so good, but the way this film puts it in place into one long hour and a half of literally wonders of what's going on the screen is just amazing. So, and I love the characters, the scenery. It's just memorable. It kept coming back into my mind after I've seen it non-stop, and I was thinking, that's the right formula, and that's how you do a fantasy film. That's how I felt. It's a fantasy film, but a very personal one from the director.
It's got a great sense of adventure.
We both, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we both enjoy that. The Green Knight. But yeah. So that's number 3. What about number 2, sir? What was
So
yours for
number 2,
2021?
this is a very close call for number 2 and 1 now, but I'll stipulate why I picked number 1 to be number 1 in a second. But yeah, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom for me comes in at number 2. I think Chadwick Boseman, obviously fantastic. If he's going to be remembered for any film, it'd be obviously
true.
it could be a few, but this would be a great one for me. It's just for dialogue, man. You know I like this structure of film. It could easily be a play, but it's very dialogue based. It deals with racism. It deals with the big questions of life. It's people having philosophical conversations about how to live life, and it's a great setting. Obviously, it's got like Viola Davis in it as well. So it's just a brilliant film, and it's something I'd watch again happily. Now it's been a few months, and I picked it for the dialogue really.
That's
more than
very
anything
good, man.
else.
That's a very good choice. Actually, it's up there. It's up there because it's like you said, just talks about the everyday life, and those guys have all the reasons to talk about the way they live and how hard their life is. So yeah, very good choice. Very good choice. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we going for number 2 for your choice?
Number
Alex?
2 for me, it'll probably surprise you. This one
Go on.
is Nomadland.
Number 2.
Nomadland. Number 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So this is
why,
the one
why
we've
is
seen.
that number 2?
Exactly. That's the surprise. I thought you're gonna say why is it number 2? Because I'm guessing now that's gonna be somewhere
Sorry, I'm not
on
that
your
obvious.
list.
Is it that obvious? I'm kind of giving the game away. But anyway, no. I need to know your reasons now.
There's very few reasons why. There's very few times when you cry twice during a film. So you said you welled up twice at Nomadland. That's why I sort of guessed yours. But Nomadland for me was, this one and the number 1 was really close call. Nomadland was a very heartfelt film, very emotional in its simplicity, because that character and what she goes through, and it's just through the acting and how the film plays out and what the message of the film is. It felt very compelling to me, and it is very rare to see that these days because of how deep the question that what is happiness in the end. That's what I think that film is all about. That's
Frances
a hard question to
McDormand,
answer.
great role.
Oh yeah, besides Frances McDormand, you can see it. It's like completes the picture, but also that's what the film is all about. That's why I think is one of the best films of the year. But what about your number? What are we going to number one though? Or number two?
Bit of a shocker for my number one. I picked Nomadland, which
Okay.
is. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't twice, Alex. It was borderline 6 or 7 times, actually. If we're keeping count of me crying at this film, and that's why it made it to number one over Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. But because if something makes you feel that emotional, I just don't think you can deny it number one spot. And it is a fantastic film. Frances McDormand is great. Obviously, is it Chloe Zhao?
Chow.
Director Chow.
Chloe
Yeah,
Chow,
fantastic. And it really is getting to the brass tacks of what life's all about, because their lifestyle is so bare and they don't have much. It was a film about people, and the start of it when she's working for Amazon as well. It's a very cold kind of start to the film. And anyway, just there's something that connected me to that film, and I don't know what it is. It made me feel very emotional watching it. It made me think about my own life for some reason. I don't know if anyone else got that when they were watching it, but it was making me think about my own life. A bit of self-reflection.
I think it has one of the most rewatchable factors. Like you can rewatch this film.
I would feel like
a few different times during your
it.
life, and it will still be good. Yeah.
I feel like I want to see what other people react to when they watch it, so it makes me want to get people to watch it with me, and not a lot of films do that, So anyway, coming in at number one, what are we going with?
So speaking of rewatchable factor, this film when I went on holiday, I rewatched it again with my mom, just because I wasn't sure if this is the one or not. But number one for me for 2021 is The Power of the Dog.
You're a big favourite of this, aren't you? Yeah,
because I think that film, at least this year, just is what cinema should be, because it's besides all the actors, and it ticks all the boxes. So besides the characters and the scenery and the way it's filmed and everything, it has the right twist at the right time. It's literally like cinema is cinema is all about. That's how I felt. It's slow burning, and it's impactful, has memorable moments. We talked recently about memorable moments in films or memorable dialogue. This is the film that has them. It has that scene with the mandolin and the piano versus the piano that just keeps coming back, and it has so many things that is good acting, good cinematography, good directing, and it just literally stayed on my mind for the last 3 weeks since we've reviewed it. So that's the power of the dog.
And I think even my parents said that was what they're not a big fan of Cumberbatch when he's in films, but they said that this is his number one film for them. Absolutely brilliant. So very, very good choice. Do we have a few honourable mentions as well? We have a few.
Yeah, fire away. What almost made it to your list?
I'm going to have to do a quick fire because I think I've got 5 actually.
Oh, right, okay.
No, I haven't. I did narrow it down to 3.
I hope it's not Gemini Man on your.
No. That would be the Sunday night honourable mention, but no. Correct. So I did also have Power of a Dog, just as a mention, but which I won't go on more about. Then I had Hand of God. I think the Cinema Paradiso comparison to that film, which you said is just as good.
A good one.
Culture of Italy. Then I had Green Knight. Obviously, that's one of yours because of the scenery, because of the dreamy imagery. And then Dark Waters, just because of how interesting it was. Dark Waters with Anyway, your honourable mentions.
I had one of yours on the list, which is the Sound of Metal. What's it called? The one with
Sound of Metal. Yeah.
Sound of Metal. Sound of Metal was one that I was literally between that and Green Knight on top 3. I was thinking.
What, and the Green Knight just edged for 3rd place?
Exactly, yeah.
Wow.
And then I had Marini's Black Bottom, and the one that actually was up there was the I'm forgetting it now. Worth. I felt Worth was good. With the
9/11
with the 9/11, I think what's a person's life worth?
Worth, yeah. what a deep question to ask in a courtroom
exactly.
as well.
It was the same like Dark Waters, like same type of film like Dark Waters, very very realistic and very critical. And I felt that was a good one. But what a year, man! What a year!
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. It's hard to pick. It's hard to pick when you look at the list of what we've done. Yeah. There's so much good material in there. There's so much good direction, good acting. It's really hard to choose.
Indeed. Well, hopefully for even better this year. So we'll talk next week. Yeah.
Let's cheers to 2022.
Indeed. Right. See you later, sir.
Right. Take care, Alex. Bye.
Bye.